Anonymous asked Android or iPhone. Hey, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Today was a pretty good day for me. So I basically just edited the video for the day, and then I basically did homework all day. So it was basically just a rest day for me. So I didn't really record anything, so I didn't really know what to do. So I decided I'm just gonna do a question and answers. So I dropped a poll on Instagram and asked people to ask questions and they could get a shout out. And if people wanted to remain anonymous, all they had to do was let me know, and I made sure to blur out their name and their profile picture in this question and answer session. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the questions and start answering. Sam Anthony asked, what is your favorite type of dinosaur? Iguanodon, yeah. I don't have a reason for the iguanodon, but it's an iguanodon. Nasia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, asked, how old were you when you were born? I think I was 10. Yeah, I was 10. This one remained anonymous. What inspired you to become a YouTube sensation? And that one's definitely like a joke and everything. But I will talk about like what inspired me to like do YouTube and start YouTube. So like I've basically been watching YouTube for more than half my life. Like I think like starting in 2009, I'm 19 now. That's 10 years of watching YouTube and being involved in YouTube and everything. So like when I first started watching, like it's really what I enjoyed spending my free time with, basically like most people. But then like I really like the ideas of like getting paid through YouTube and making this your full-time job, getting to create stuff for other people and basically do whatever you want to do. So like in the early 2010s, like 2011, 2012, I guess around there, is when I started my first channels. They were usually always gaming channels. At one point I had a movie review channel, so I've done lots of channels throughout the years, and then it finally led up to me creating a channel called Devin Street, which has now been rebranded to Creator Central, showing people mostly video editing, video marketing, surrounding YouTube growth and like growing a YouTube channel and all that. And like we're nearing like 1 million views on that channel now, like almost 7,000 subscribers, brings in a couple $100 a month. So like it's finally the one I found that's started to take off, and I actually need to be putting more time into it because I haven't posted in like 3 weeks. But that channel has sort of like made me pumped to like expand out and do more. So that's why I started doing like the daily vlogs, because one, I'm like very inspired by Casey Neistat. I really love his videos. So I thought the best idea ever would to be do daily videos at college, and see like if anybody wanted to watch, and it's like giving me like more of a creative boost. So because like with Creator Central videos, I sort of just run through the motions and just put out a video in sort of like a formulaic fashion. But with this, like there's parts of it like I make sure to add like the big title at the beginning of every single video, and like the typing text that gives like the date and time and place and all that. So like there's little key aspects I remember to include in, but for the most part like every single video is like something different, something brand new, whether that's like jumping off a massive tower onto a zip line, or it's actually just sitting down and telling someone like how they could get into UNC, or just like showing a tour of my dorm. Basically every video is different. I think this channel allows me to be more personal, show more of my own side instead of just being sort of a brand. So I'm excited to see sort of where this goes. That was a pretty long answer for someone who was basically asking a joke question. Next up, another anonymous. Favorite sports team, they ask, and that definitely have to be the Miami Heat. It's definitely the team that I keep up with the most. I started watching back, I guess, 2010, 2011, like when they got LeBron. But like that was when I actually was starting to get into basketball for the first time. So that was sort of like the team I jumped to, and I said I would stay with them no matter what happened. And a lot's happened, but like I've enjoyed watching like how the team develops, like how they'll get good and then get bad again. Like we got like that one good team with the starting lineup of Dragic, Luol Deng, Wade, Whiteside, and Bosch all as a starting five. Like it was a really good team, and it was supposed to do really good in the playoffs. But then people started getting injured. Bosch had to retire and everything. Team slumped down, but like now we got Jimmy Butler, so it's been a roller coaster ever since the championships. But like I'm sticking with Miami Heat throughout everything, and that's why they're my favorite sports team. Next up, Grayson asks favorite song and movie. Ooh, that one's tough. First song, that one's a tough one because like I'm always listening to different stuff. I'm always like trying to expand like what music I listen to. But that one's tough. I would definitely go in between two Eminem songs, either Not Afraid from the Recovery album or one that actually hardly anyone knows about called Beautiful Pain from the Marshall Mathers LP 2. And I relate to both of these like for a very like specific reason. Like they're both really a lot about like maybe a fall and like a recovery, getting back up, keep going, and I relate to it a lot personally, and I really like enjoy like actually listening to the lyrics and getting the good meaning out of it that it is, and not just like putting something on to sort of like play in the background and like jam to. Like when I listen to music, I really look for the meaning, and I think lots of hip hop and rap songs, they're either have zero meaning whatsoever, or there's artists that are doing a lot of meaning stuff, like going deep into lyrics, double entendres, triple entendres, all kinds of homophones and everything, and it's like quite interesting to like listen every time and try to find something new, and it's basically like poetry, but most people don't see it that way. Cole asks, how are you able to manage being such a consistent content creator with UNC's rigor? I don't really know how to answer that one because I don't know how I'm doing it either. But like I made a video a couple days ago basically talking about setting priorities, avoiding procrastination and everything. So that's basically what I do. Homework always comes first before making the video for the day. So I do that, and sometimes like if it's starting to get to like 12 or 1 a.m. and I'm still working on the video, I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. I'll get up early. I'll get up at like 7 and start working on it again. I think a lot of it is like when I get those off days, it definitely gives me time to like get ahead, like do a lot of homework and then work on the video for the day. Sometimes I'm making like 2 videos in one day, so if there's like a super busy day, I have a backup video. I've started creating like a big backlog of backup videos, like just in case like there's a day where like stuff is just not going right and I don't feel like making a video, or everything's just way too busy and like I don't have time. So I'm sort of like slowly trying to work on building up that backlog just in case, and like maybe there's like finals week, like that I know like I can't make a video every day then, so I got to start creating backups so I can like maybe only do like 3 videos that entire week. and then have those backups saved to upload those whenever. Caroline asked, what kind of camera do you use for your videos? So the main camera is the one you're watching right now, and it's the Osmo Action by DJI. If you know them, they like make the drones and everything, like the Phantom and all that. So that is like the main camera right now, is the one from DJI, and it's about $350. And like my secondary camera, like if I don't have time to immediately grab out the camera, even though it's like an action camera, it's pretty quick to get out like anywhere. But sometimes I may not have the camera on me, or it's just like in my backpack, so I don't have time to get it out. So I like just use my phone like to whip out, just in case like there's something that happens that I need to capture immediately. So with the phone, it's a Google Pixel. I'm hoping to upgrade to the Pixel 4 when it comes out, I guess in October. There is like some problems with like having the phone and as a secondary camera, because like what'll actually happen is I'll record something on the phone and forget I recorded it and never remember to put the video from my phone into the project I'm editing. So like in the hurricane video that came out yesterday, there was a part where I was recording on my phone showing off like they were trimming all the trees around campus, like just in case. I guess they didn't want like branches to be breaking and like flying around and causing damage, just in case like the worst actually happened. So I actually just saw that, quickly pulled out my phone and was like just walking through there with my camera recording it, but then I forgot to like put that into the project, so it's not in the video, and I didn't even realize or remember it until like after the video had been up for an hour. I'd already uploaded it and everything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm hoping to upgrade again eventually, saving up some money, maybe get a nicer camera, see like what all options are out there, because I've sort of got like budget camera, mid-tier camera, and then now I'm sort of like looking to eventually enter the professional tier cameras in at least like the $800, $900 range. But yeah, those are the two cameras I currently use and looking to upgrade eventually. Anonymous asked astrology sign. I'm a Cancer, born at the very beginning of July 2nd to be exact. So yeah, that's my astrology sign. I don't really believe in them, so do with it whatever you want to. Cullen asked, what's your hardest class? That's interesting. I mean, I would say one of my economics classes is the hardest, but like I have two back-to-back, and basically they're covering the exact same topics. So we're looking at marginal cost, opportunity cost, doing the analysis and everything. Basically, I would say one of the economics classes, but I'm getting it back to back, so it's almost like I'm learning the stuff for the first time and then I'm immediately getting a refresher, which is kind of weird because, so like my first class is economics of sports, and then my second class is intro to econ. So in economics of sports, it's sort of like learning the thing and then immediately implementing that to sports, while going back to intro to econ right after, it's basically just like learning the thing. So it's sort of like learning it, implementing it, and then like ensuring that you're learning it, like going over it just a second time just to be sure. But since that's the case, I would probably say my programming class is the hardest after that, because I'm really enjoying that class. The only problem is like it's a lot of work. You got to put a lot of time into, you know, watching the YouTube videos, reviewing the PowerPoints, taking lots of notes during the lectures, preparing for quizzes, doing worksheets, doing projects. Like, it's been a lot of homework so far for like the first 3 weeks. Yeah, we just finished the third week of class. So I'd say Intro to Programming is the hardest, but like solid teacher in Professor Jordan. Anonymous asked Android or iPhone. I already said Google Pixel, so definitely Android. I mean, like I said, I'm looking to upgrade to the Pixel 4. Even like if they had like a Pixel 4 for like $1,000, and then they were like, okay, $1,000 Pixel 4, $1,000 iPhone, definitely Pixel. You know, also it looks like so much sleeker. Like people are gonna hate me, but the Apple design is so ugly now. Like if you've seen the newest one that's getting ready to come out, it is going to be atrocious. But like I really enjoy like the freedom of Android to basically like design things however you want. Also like lots of content creation. I don't know if the newest iPhones can do it, but I know iOS in the past doesn't even allow you to download custom fonts and stuff. And I need that for like if I'm photo editing on here. There's a great app called Photo Editor by Dev MacGyver. Not available on Apple, and it's probably the best photo editor out there. I know they have Snapseed on Apple. They also have Snapseed on Android, and it's just nowhere near as good in my opinion. But like outside of that, like yes, I know there's certain things like Apple gets. There's certain things that Android gets first. Like there's really no right or wrong. Personally, I just prefer Android. I love that there's always different options out there. Like if I ever want to switch to a Galaxy, I can. But with like iPhone, like your option is upgrade or keep whatever you got. You can't switch lines or anything. Like you have no choice or no say in that. And people are gonna hate me for saying like I hate Apple, but I really do. But like right now the Pixel 4 looks like it's gonna be a great phone. Definitely gonna have the best camera on the market, like it has in years past. And you know, even if it turns out to be a dud, you know, like I'm thinking about like the Galaxy S10s look nice. I really like the little dot as the little camera hole that on the screen. That's really cool. And it's better than that big giant forehead on the Pixel 3 and the iPhones, that's for sure. Janelle asked, do you like Eminem? I don't know what made you ask this question, but yes, I do. Like definitely my favorite artist. At one point, like that was all I listened to. Like you'd go into my phone and it'd be like 95% Eminem, and then like probably 30 different songs that weren't Eminem. I've listened to, I guess, like almost every single song that's ever existed. Listened to every single album, have some strong opinions. Basically, I really like stuff like after, like 2010 and after. That's usually like my favorite stuff. I know other people like earlier stuff, like not too big on. I mean, they're good albums, but like I personally like Recovery, Marshall Mathers LP2, Bad Meets Evil albums, Kamikaze, some things on Revival. We won't really talk about that. But like most people don't even know Eminem albums. They just know like certain songs, and like most of the most popular ones are from like the early 2000s. And personally, like I'm glad people like those more, but I personally like the newer stuff. Okay, another anonymous asked favorite show. I was watching The Good Doctor. That hasn't been on in a while, but I really enjoyed that. But then I got into Stranger Things, and I really enjoyed Stranger Things. I watched all 3 seasons, and it was just so great. I think they should have ended it at season 3, but obviously like that like end credits they did definitely shows that they're ready to do 4 or 5 or 6 more seasons. But I think like after Disney Plus comes out, Stranger Things is definitely going to take the sidelines to something like The Mandalorian, or maybe one of the Marvel shows. I'm very interested in checking out like Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision. So yeah, like Netflix is gonna have some pretty big competition, and I think they're gonna lose. Sorry, Netflix, you still got Stranger Things though. Another anonymous asks, how do you get guys named Devin to ask you out? Well, there's two simple answers to this. It depends on the guy named Devin. If their last name is Street, then you just have to deal with the fact that they are way too busy right now. And if their last name isn't named Devin Street, I don't have an answer for you. You need to go talk to someone else. And then finally, one last one from Anonymous. What are you majoring in? I am currently majoring in business and computer science, but I've like danced with the idea of dropping computer science and switching to media and journalism, because from what I've seen from people taking the media and journalism classes, they look like super fun, and obviously I already like enjoy that kind of stuff, like the video editing, like just creating content online. So that's sort of like within the ballpark of what they do within the School of Media and Journalism. But like I also like enjoy computers. I'd love to do like a triple major, but I know that's impossible. So we're gonna see how this programming class fades out. But I did say like the intro to programming class is my hardest class, so you know, we'll see. Maybe if it gets harder, maybe I end up getting pushed away from that kind of stuff with computers. I definitely think I'm probably more of the design type with computers anyway, so media and journalism is definitely a possibility for a switch. But that was basically all the questions we had. It was a pretty good amount of questions. I want to thank everyone for asking questions, whether you wanted to be credited or not. And if you want to ask questions for the next one, just leave them in the comments or follow my Instagram for when I drop another poll. When I do drop another poll, just go ahead and submit a question and I'll definitely answer them. I'll try to go through all of them. I went through all of them this time. I mean, if there's like repeated questions, or like actually there was some dumb questions this time that got asked that I didn't answer, so if there's dumb questions you ask, like I won't answer them, but like as you can see, there was some joke questions that I actually gave a genuine answer to, so you never know. Just drop a question and maybe I'll do this again. Probably not this month though. I don't want to like do like 2 Q&As in a single month. Maybe like we'll do an October question and answer. But yeah, that's basically the video for today. It's late now, so I'm going to bed. I'll edit this in the morning.